Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Heroes Reborn, the mini-series. So, Heroes Reborn was meant to serve as a continuation of Heroes after it was cancelled. Tim Kring, who created the original series, returned as the showrunner for this series. And he intended for Heroes Reborn to provide closure for the old characters while also paving the road for the new ones. That way, if the show got renewed for a second season, we could see more. But we all know how that turned out. And if it didn't, you would still feel a sense of closure upon watching it. And I like the fact that he doesn't perceive this as being essentially season 5 of Heroes. As he said in an interview, and I quote, "This is not the 5th season, this is actually the 10th season." Considering it takes place several years after Season 4 of Heroes, that statement makes perfect sense. So what is Heroes Reborn about? Well, basically, humans and Evos being people with superhuman abilities, now live together in harmony. That is until a terrorist attack occurs at the Odessa Peace Summit, and Evos are framed for it, causing humanity to turn their backs on Evos. 1 year later, after the attack, Noah Bennett teams up with some old and new faces to unravel who's responsible for the attack. Now, like pretty much everything after Season 1 of Heroes, Heroes Reborn garnered a mixed response from critics and fans of the original series, with many pointing out that it has a lot of the same issues as Seasons 2, 3, and 4 of the main show. But as for me, I actually kind of enjoyed Heroes Reborn. Not that it's a return to form for Heroes, but it actually surprised me in terms of how good it was. It's nothing amazing, but I actually enjoyed it. And we're gonna get into why exactly. So first of all, I like the concept of humans and Evos being at odds with each other. It really adds an engaging political dynamic to the mythology that we hadn't seen before. I also like the new characters. Firstly, there's Tommy Clark, a teenager who is constantly moving around with his mom in order to hide his abilities. There's Miko Otomo, a young girl living in Tokyo who seeks to find a sword belonging to her father by means of entering the world of a popular video game called Evernow. There's Luke Collins, who's played by Zachary Levi, aka Shazam. He and his wife Joan lost their son in the Odessa Peace Summit, and now they're out for revenge. However, a shocking discovery causes them to drift apart. There's Carlos Gutierrez, a war hero who steps into the shoes of a former vigilante named El Vengador in order to avenge his brother's death. And then there's Melina. She starts out in the Arctic Circle, accompanied by a woman named Farah. She knows that she has a destiny and that a sudden danger is coming to Earth, and this is what causes her to collide with the other characters. And there's plenty more new characters as well, but if I talk about them, we'll be here all day, so yeah, let's just leave it at that. Now when it comes to the old characters, I was for the most part satisfied with how they were utilized and how many of them returned. Firstly, Noah Bennett really took center stage in Heroes Reborn. They also brought back Hero, and he resembles the futuristic version of Hero that we saw in Season 1, and overall they did a pretty neat job of blending the old characters with the new ones. Some of the biggest and the best action in the entire series can be found in Heroes Reborn, especially the sequences in the Evernow video game. The production values and visual effects are top-notch and some of the best of the series. The pacing was, for the most part, pretty solid, as the story was told over 13 episodes, which in my opinion was just enough. And the finale, while not perfect, did a pretty decent job of bringing closure to the series as a whole. Now, Heroes Reborn is far from perfect. First of all, the story can be occasionally convoluted and hard to follow at times. Second of all, the pacing does have its issues. I mean, the people responsible for the terrorist attack, their motives take a bit too long to be revealed. And just a heads up on the returning characters, Claire, Peter, Scylla, and Ando did not return for Heroes Reborn. While I'm okay with Scylla not returning, I wished we could have at least seen Ando and Peter, or we could have found out what they were up to. As for Claire, she's an important part of the story, even though she's not there. But her fate is revealed and I didn't like it. Tim Crane had an interesting response to the criticisms of Heroes Reborn, and I completely agree with him on his response. So yeah, that was my review of Heroes Reborn. While I did enjoy it, I kinda wished we had gotten to see more, and that the show hadn't been cancelled. Next time I'm gonna be doing a ranking video, ranking all 4 seasons of Heroes, as well as Heroes Reborn. So that's actually 5 seasons to rank. So thank you all for watching, please be sure to like the video, share it and subscribe, hit the notification icon, be safe during this time, and I'll see you soon.